Hey traders, let's have a market update on the US indexes. Stock market update. Let's go straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, let's have a quick look at the update. Let's have a quick look at the markets. Pretty much a nothing day in the markets, guys. You can see just very sort of just, again, sideways movement. If people are just focusing on this 3-month view, they just say, oh, the market's just been going sideways. But if you've been reading my market updates and seeing my market updates, you've been seeing what's going on through here with obviously the Dow Jones and so on and so forth. So you can see what's going on through here. But let's go and have a look at the weekly chart, because the weekly chart, guys, this is the thing that's really getting me to the point where, not to the point, the reason why I'm bearish, and the reason why I have positions, short positions on this market, meaning when the market goes down, I've got positions to benefit from that. And that's obviously on these US indexes. I have some other trades going on as well too. So, but looking at where we're at right now, guys, if you have a closer look at what we're getting here, and sometimes if you open up the chart like this, you can see it. And I can see it, and what I'm talking about is this, is that you got this big strong, okay, let's start here again. Firstly, we have this breaking of this high point through here. Alright, so we had that high point through there where it spent 2 months to the high side, and then it broke down. And you can still see to this day that level is just struggling. Even this week already, it's ran up and hit it and came back down. That's obviously the start of this weekly bar. This is a weekly chart. But you can see where's the strength in buyers or sellers. Where is it? And you can see here that we had this down bar. We had a big strong sellers, and now we've had this weak buying period. You see what I'm saying there? So we had this strong sellers, weak buyers. Even though we've had this big upward movement through here, we have these strong sellers, weak buyers, and that, guys, that is obviously, you know, you could call it a bear flag if you want to. You can call it a lot of things, but when you squeeze the weekly chart up, you can start to see, you know what? Yeah, I can see that. You know, if I bring up my trend lines, and let's just go make it a 4. Yep, so we'll go 4. You can see how. And again, I know it's actually very small, but that's what you want to do. You want to get a really good look at it. You can see how it's actually ran down through there. And now we're creating this overall sort of pennant triangle pattern. It's actually quite a weak sign. So even though we've had this upward movement through here, and we are still holding against this trend line on the weekly chart on the Dow Jones, you can see that. And where I learned this from was I learned this from actually trading Google. Now let me actually go back here and let me see if I can. When was this? Okay, yeah, back here in 2009, 2010, and this is, I was trading Google at this time, and as you guys can see, I've been a big trader for quite some time. But it's very similar to what we're seeing here. So even though we've had this big upward trend through here, and again, this pattern really, the pattern that we're seeing on the Dow Jones right now is very similar to this. So first, you can see we had this big upward trend through here. You can see it through there, right? Nice big upward trend for the last sort of year. Then this is a weekly chart, and we're looking over a year or more of data. But look what we have here. Look what we have here. What do we have here? We can see that we had this sort of strong sellers, and now we're getting this sort of weaker buy period. Now, it's not the exact same, but what I want to share with you, what I'm showing here is, even though we've had this big upward trend through here, okay, and you can see at the top, when we start to get these stronger sellers, these strong sellers through here, and we've got this weak buyers, the tune has changed. Something's changed about that tune. See guys, there's so much to read from the actual chart itself, then we don't need really indicators, because the chart's always telling us something. So, and again, by looking at the tune, what I mean by the tune is that you had this strong buying period, strong buying period, strong buying period. And look at the sellers. Oh, we've had weak sellers. So we had the strong buyers, weak sellers, strong buyers, weak sellers. Weak sellers means that it just had like a little pullback. And you know, and that's basically it. Now, look at it change. We went from strong buyers, weak sellers. Now, what do we have here? We have this strong selling period. And now we have this weak buying period. What does that generally lead to? Another strong selling period. So you can see, even though we had this big upward movement through here, we had that moving down through. Again, guys, that's the reason why, like, you know, reading the chart for me is the most important thing to me becoming, you know, me getting better and better and better at you know, trading the markets. And, you know, and so you can see through there. So if I go back to the Dow Jones and I bring up the Dow Jones now, you can see how it's not the exact same. And Shazam. So it's not the exact same, guys. Let's actually bring this up here. It's not the exact same for what we're seeing on the Dow Jones, but as you can see, we're getting a very, very similar type of setup, aren't we? We've got this nice big strong selling period, and now we're just getting this weak buyer period. Strong sellers, weak buyers. And again, guys, we need a close above that 18,400. If we don't, then we will get a strong sell-off, and the strong sell-off will probably get us down towards the 17,400, or maybe something even bigger is coming out of the markets, and we're going to get a pretty strong sell-off down to the 16,000 mark. I don't know, but what I am saying, guys, is I am positioned short, and I'm positioned to benefit from the downside right now. And if the market does close above, I'll have a small stop out. If it doesn't, I'm going to ride this sucker down like there's been no tomorrow. So looking at that there, guys, and I'm going to show you my trend line chart, because the trend line chart even shows the very, very similar thing. You can see here that we had this run up, and we had this sort of close above there. You can see how we had that sort of, that was the high point through there. And we had a ran up, now it's had a run down, it's just sort of, and then I'm expecting this sort of action to happen next. Again, but looking at this weekly line chart, what do we see once again? Well, what we see here is this. Let me just delete that off the screen. You know, let me just delete that off the screen. That was actually just the previous high. This is the high that I'm worried about. And as you can see, guys, what do we have here on this weekly line chart? We actually have peak, lower peak, oh, trough, lower peak, lower trough, lower peak. Is this going to be another lower trough before we head down? I actually think it will be, because it's struggling. It's still struggling to get above that 18,400. The Dow Jones is showing us. I don't care what the Nasdaq's doing. I don't care what the S&P is doing. The S&P actually looks very, very similar to the Dow Jones. Actually, it looks quite weak. So I can actually see here, guys, and this is why it's important to bend and mold with the markets, because you can see here, if we do get a weekly close above that 18,400, or even like a daily close for me, I'm out of that thing. That's going to give me a small stop out, and then I'll probably turn bullish, and then I won't get straight in. I'll wait for a nice entry signal, but then I'll turn bullish, and yeah, we probably will raise the 19,000. But that's the key you're looking for, guys. But right now, I'm not on the sidelines. I am saying we're going down, and I am short this position, and I'm going to benefit if the market goes up and closes above 18,400. I'll get out with a small loss. And if it rides down, and if it comes down, which I do think it's going to, this is what the chart's telling me, then I'm going to ride it down for a nice profit. And so I'm just telling you guys, I'm being completely honest with you guys, where I'm at and where I'm positioned. If the market comes off nicely, which I do think it's going to happen, I think something's going to hit the market soon, maybe even this week, and we're just going to send the market down. And maybe it's going to be down a lot, because it is Rocktober right now, right? It's Rocktober. So anything can happen in the Rocktober. You know, as you know, October, some of the most major crashes in history have happened around the October month as well too. So real interesting there, guys. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course, and I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.